Look around. More people. More connections. More conversations happening every second than ever before in human history. And yet, this is the loneliest generation that has ever existed. Not in a poetic sense. Not in a dramatic sense. But in a measurable, neurological, and existential sense. One, the paradox of connection. We were promised something. The internet would connect us. Social media would bring us closer. Technology would eliminate isolation. But something went wrong. Because today, you can talk to 500 people and still feel like no one knows you. Loneliness is not about being alone. It is about perceived social invisibility. Your brain doesn't ask, how many people do I talk to? It asks, does anyone truly see me? And for Gen Z, the answer is increasingly no. 2. The illusion of social life. Social media didn't replace connection. It replaced evidence of connection. You don't feel connected anymore. You feel seen interacting. Likes, views, replies. These are not relationships. They are performance metrics of existence. Every time you post, you are not expressing yourself. You are asking a silent question. Do I exist in your mind? And when the response is weak, your brain interprets it as, I don't matter. 3. The death of deep conversation. There was a time when people talked for hours. Now, conversations are short, fast, filtered, replaceable. Gen Z doesn't lack communication. They lack emotional depth bandwidth. Microscope psychological truth. Your brain builds connection through eye contact, silence, shared vulnerability, unstructured time. But modern life removes all of these. So what happens? You interact constantly, but never bond. 4. The rise of background humans. Here's something disturbing. Most people in your life today are not relationships. They are background characters. People you scroll past. People you occasionally react to. People you never truly engage with. Your brain evolved for tribes of 50 to 150 people. Now, you are exposed to thousands. So your brain does something dangerous. It stops investing emotionally because it can't afford to. 5. Why friendships feel empty. You have friends. But why does it still feel hollow? Because modern friendships are built on a shared entertainment, a not shared struggle, shared humor, not shared truth. True connection requires risk of being judged, risk of being misunderstood, risk of being rejected. But Gen Z has been trained to curate identity, avoid discomfort, optimize perception. So friendships become safe but shallow. 6. The identity fracture. Here's something most people don't realize. You don't have one identity anymore. You have multiple. Online self, private self, social self. The aspirational self-psychological cost. The more identities you manage, the less you feel known. Because no one sees the whole you. And even worse, you're not sure which version is real. 7. Existential loneliness. This is the deepest layer. The one no one talks about. Gen Z is not just socially lonely. They are existentially disconnected. The past, people had religion, community, shared meaning. Now, you have infinite choices, infinite comparison, zero grounding. And when meaning disappears, loneliness becomes not I feel alone, but why do I exist at all? 8. The dopamine substitute. Instead of connection, we chose stimulation. Instead of bonding, we chose distraction. Every scroll gives you novelty, micro-reward, temporary relief. But it also does something else. It reduces your tolerance for slow conversations, deep relationships, real intimacy. 9. The invisible wall. You want to connect, but something stops you. You hesitate to text. You overthink your words. You delete messages. What's happening? This is called social risk inflation. Your brain has been trained to believe every interaction equals judgment, so you avoid connection to avoid pain. 10. Why no one talks about this? Because it's invisible. There's no clear enemy, no virus, no disaster, no obvious cause. But the truth is, this loneliness is systemic. It's built into algorithms, social structures, modern lifestyle. 11. The truth no one wants to hear. You are not lonely because you're not interesting. You're not likable. You're not enough. You are lonely because you are living in a world that cannot support deep human connection. 12. The way out. Rare solutions. This is where most videos fail. They say, go talk to people. That's not enough. Real solutions. Reduce identity fragmentation. Become the same person everywhere. Seek depth, not frequency. One deep conversation greater than 100 shallow ones. Rebuild discomfort tolerance. Connection requires emotional risk. Create intentional silence. Real bonding happens in unscripted moments. Loneliness is not solved by adding more people. It is solved by removing emotional filters. Maybe you were never meant to feel connected to everyone. Maybe the problem isn't that you feel alone. Maybe the problem is you've been surrounded by noise and calling it connection. In a world where everyone is visible, being truly seen is rare. In a world full of voices, being truly heard is rare. And maybe loneliness isn't the absence of people. It's the absence of real presence. Thank you for watching.